Okay, I think I'm live. Let's do a, let me know if you can hear me or see me. Either one of those things. And, I know I have something in the way up here on the screen, but I'm gonna use that in a moment, so. All right. And I know I didn't announce this or anything like that. This is just sort of a test. Sort of a test of my equipment here. Let me know if you can hear and or see me. Hey, how you doing? Do I sound okay? Is the volume on good and everything? Great, cool. So what's up with you? How have you been doing there, Tyler? Good, I'm glad. Okay, so I'm testing out my equipment here. I've got a couple people in here now. I'm going to do a little sort of a lesson deal here in a second, but getting your teeth removed, ow, pain. I've got this, all these different things, all these different cameras and stuff that I'm going to be using, I hope. And that one's in the way, isn't it? So let me see if I can do that a little bit. It's still in the way a little bit. Let's see. That's giving me a shadow now. And I don't have all my lights on either. I probably should have done that. Let me go turn on my lights. And then we're going to get into a lesson here. There's so many things to do and remember that it's like crazy. Super crazy to do all this. Yeah, everything's going good here, Tyler. Let's see, I'll put you on another view here. That way maybe can see more. Alright, so I wanted to do a little bit of a lesson while I'm testing out my equipment here. You don't need a chromatic dulcimer for this. But what I was going to do... Hey, Ken! What I was going to do is do some screen sharing and show you kind of how to add more notes to a song. Yeah, right? Rocking the old school stuff today. And you know, I like to be comfortable, so I'm always wearing some sort of a t-shirt, but okay, so how I go about adding to a song. So first of all, I want to take a song that I know very well. Okay, I'm using this camera right now. I want to take a song I know very well. And first I want to establish that I'm playing the... I'll figure this out here in a minute. That I'm playing the right melody. Okay? So I want to establish, okay, I've got chords in the way, all kinds of stuff going on here, but really high tech, I know. I'll get better the more I do this. But I want to, like, first, I want to just secure the melody. Let me see. Oh, there we go. I think that's better. So I'm going to take a song that I always play, that everybody knows, and I'm just going to establish the melody first, right? So you don't want to do this with a song. And again, what I'm trying to do is add to an arrangement, right, of a song that I have. So the first thing you want to do is have a song that you know the melody very well, okay? You really know this song already. It's not like you're just learning the song, okay? So, what we do is we establish our melody. So I'm going to play the song that I always play, and that's Wildwood Flower. Sorry, Tyler, I'm not playing You Are My Sunshine today. I will do a lesson on that, though, at some point, though. But I'm going to play Wildwood Flower, okay? That's like one of my favorite songs. Just the basic melody. Nothing added. Was in first position. Now here we go. Right? Okay, so that's the basic melody. Played it in first position, I played it on the melody line. So we start there. You really need to know that, and you need to be solid with that. That would be cool. I've never heard it on a chromatic dulcimer. Yeah, and this is a resonator dulcimer too, Tyler, so it would sound neat. Okay, so we have our melody. We've established that. All right, we've established that we know that, right? So the next thing I do, okay, let's see if I can do this, because again, I'm testing out everything. Got you back on there, and now I'm going to add the screen, okay, my screen share. All right, so now what I do is I jump over to YouTube, and I know the song, right? What's funny is what pops up. I guess these are the most things that everybody searches. Weird. Okay. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to type in Wildwood Flower. And I'm going to do something, I'm going to type it in mandolin, okay? And the reason I'm doing that, okay, so I'm doing that because on the mandolin, they add a ton, and I mean a ton of notes to the basic melody, right? So they would also do this on guitar as well, right? I'm not going to do it on dulcimer because I know what it sounds like on the dulcimer. I want to super, like, I have a chromatic fretboard here, so I want to like add, I want to add more to it. So I love Banjo Ben Clark, so that's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to check him out.
The business world was rocked today by the merger of the
let
Peanut
me
Butter
know
Group
if you
and
can't hear
Chocolatey
this. I
Corp.
hope you
Just
can.
PVC.
But this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start looking and researching the song. Right? And another thing, it doesn't matter what key they play it in, right? We're going to play it in D on our dulcimer. But I just want to hear the notes, right? Thank you, Tyler, for letting me know. Okay, so that actually was mostly basic melody. Okay, and I don't want that. I want more, right? So, we've got David Benedict here. He will add a lot to it. Okay, let's look at Mike Heading. I like Mike.
With the classic old
I like
song,
David
Wow.
Benedict too, and we'll listen to his too. Okay, you can see here, he's going to play it in the key of C on the mandolin, which we don't care what key it is. We just want to hear the notes, right? And this says beginner, so let's see. Let's see what he's going to do
1,
with
2,
it.
3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Basic melody, right? Yes. Super basic melody. Okay. Then he's going to get it bluegrassy here in just a second. I'm sure of that. Okay, right there. I already hear he's like dung 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 ding a ding 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 a ding 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 a ding a ding a ding 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 a ding ding. Right? He's adding a little bit to it, right? So what I would do there is I would listen to that a few times, right? Just that one little part. Okay, listen to it again. And he's got this little, I always have to do these cameras, figure them out. Alright, so, see, he went up. There, that would be good. Right, and I just added this little upsy downsy thing. Right? Another thing I can do is just add in notes where I know where they're at, right? So like, there's my first note. So my first note and my second note. Right? I can go. So I'm sort of mimicking what he's doing there. We're sort of just going back down to it, right? In our songs, we have a lot of space in between each note, right? So we've got these quarter notes. So there's a lot of space there. So we start with that first note. And you know, I'm just trying out different things as I go. Now I have somewhat of an arrangement already for this, all right? But I'm trying to do different things with it a little bit. Right? Something like that. Okay, and if you have the 1.5 fret here, that's the only thing I'm using that's extra, okay? And you don't have to have that. I can do a lot without it. Right? That was without. Here's with. Things you can do with it are walk into it, right? And it sounds really good when you walk into that 2nd fret. So like when you're coming back to it, see how I just hammer on there? Bluesy. And so I'm doing a little bit of what he's doing already there. Let's see if he does anything else that we want to take, right, and borrow. So let me pop back over here. Okay, that was neat. He walked up into that part, right? He walked up into that. Okay, so walking into that. So I would normally just go, right? But he was doing. He was doing a little bit different there. Let me go back just a tad. Hey Manuela, how are you doing? And then he's like, something like that. Right? Let's hear what else he's got. All right. That's good. Oop. Now let's go back to David here and let's hear what David. Thanks, Manuela. It's an old school t-shirt, right?
At Safelite,
Okay.
we know nobody likes a windshield chip. But before...
Let's hear what he's got. Okay, he's doing a lot of this little, let's see. Let's see. It's hard for me to get out of what I always do, right? So a lots of upsy downsy in between fret sort of things is what you can do. Right? You can bring it back down. Bluesy, right? Right? And another thing is when you watch other people do things and other instruments, it'll spark new ideas for you as well. Like stuff that they're not doing, but you just sort of go, oh yeah, I can do stuff like that. Why don't I do that, right? Okay. Let's see what else he's got. Nice. See how I would go about it? My normal sort of thing here would be and then when I come down to here, I might do a chord walk. And the main thing about this is just to get you thinking and doing more, right, with it. And one thing you do a lot is and you can't really help it, you just sort of you revert back to whatever you always do, you know? And you don't want to do that. You want to get out of that, right? You have a certain way that you play things, and you might just be playing the melody, right? And even if you've added to your arrangement, you know, you might get stuck in that too, and you don't want to. You kind of want to be loose and free, you know, with your playing. And you want to be able to change it up as you go. So if I were to work on the same sort of thing, but down here on the melody line. Right, and here, when you go up to here, you go from here to here. Maybe walk it up. So you just want to experiment around in that melody, right? So this is not really for beginner players. This is for, but beginner players can do this, right? Once you really know that melody, really can play it in both positions there. You know, even if you can just play it in one, you can start adding to your arrangement, right? And you can get bluesy with it. You can get all sorts of different things, you know, with it. See. Was it? And if you're chromatic, you can just start doing these chromatic walks and all this sorts of stuff, right? Now let's say you only have the added 1.5 fret. Okay, you don't have a chromatic. Let me grab that real quick and do some stuff on that. Okay, because people get caught up. They kind of get caught up in, hey, I don't have those frets, you know, sort of a thing. So they think they can't do it, right? So here is just the 1.5 fret added, okay? Manuela, you're very observant. I wasn't going to show anybody that yet. Hey, thank you, Alfonso. How you doing? This is just sort of a impromptu thing here. So this is sort of just an example of if you don't have any extra frets other than the 1.5, and I'm just not going to use it here. So what you do is you just... Wow, you got a new album. That's awesome. You just sort of play around with the frets that you have. So what I would do here would be like... I'm just sort of playing the melody string so you can hear that. And you see, I'm just kind of going back up and things like that. All right. So you've got those two little sections. Now you go. I used every note basically, right? So I'm walking out. I'm doing my. Right, and I'm adding things. I'm just adding different, just kind of a different groove to it, right? And I'm not using the 1.5, like I said, or the 8.5 here. So that's kind of how you do it, right? And you just isolate little sections of it, right? Let me put on somebody else again here. Real quick. Let's see what else we've got. Because you want to use YouTube to your advantage here. Okay? Hey, there's me going by. I just want somebody playing. Hey, there's Steven Seifert going by. So you just want to listen to a bunch of different versions of stuff. Cross-picking. Here we go.
Phone call from the boss? Sorry. Outdoor time.
This
It's
ought
me
to be
sticking
really
it to the
notey.
boss. That sounds...
Let me see. This ought to be real notey for us. Give you lots of ideas. So this is cross-picking. And we can do some of that, you know. Let's see. This is the one I need to turn off. That's with no extra frets. We can do some of that. And I want to make sure you understand this too. So you want to use these other strings, right? So So what you do is you got so I'm just when I hit that A note there, I'm then going bass, middle, bass, and then I'm just going bass. So like right. So you want to do that cross picking because that really makes your arrangements full. Right? And all I'm doing is I'm utilizing the other strings. And then when you're going up, and see how I'm doing this little pattern right here. It's melody, bass, middle, bass, melody, bass, middle, bass. And that's not the pattern for everything or anything like that. That's just something that works really good here. Whoops. And there's all sorts of things. So you come in and out of these patterns and things like that, right? With your cross picking. And so you just come in and out of all these things, right? Strumming, individual string flat picking, cross picking, right? And ways to practice this is just to do it, right? So now, I don't want you playing with one finger. I was just showing you how I'm just doing one melody note at a time. And I'm doing a lot of stuff over here, right? To, you can see that through the chat, can't you? Oh, yeah, you can see that. You can see that. You don't have the chat window up there like I do. I was like, I wonder if they can see my right hand. Okay, so I'm testing out everything today. I didn't announce this or anything, and I don't want anybody upset with me that I didn't announce it. It's not really a lesson as much as it's just me testing out all of my stuff here, testing out the live stream, my mic, my cameras, everything. I've got a lot going on that I'm trying to learn how to work with, right? You could even finger pick it. Hey, Lori. And Alfonso, I do see your request. I'm not playing requests right now. I'm sorry. But I think everything's working good. And I'm using these different cameras, trying to figure out everything. How do you set up 2 cameras? Okay, so that is very interesting. There's multiple ways to do it, Alfonso, but the way I have it done here is through a software called OBS. Okay, so I'm running everything through OBS. All my cameras and mics are set up in OBS. Then I connected my OBS to my YouTube, and you can do that in OBS. And I actually watched a video on how to stream properly, basically. I had a wonderful lady, wonderful lady named Jamie, help me figure out all this stuff with OBS. I had no clue how to set up everything. She showed me how to do all this so that I could teach for Quarantine, for the Quarantine Dulcimer Festival, QDF, and that worked great for that. But I also wanted to be able to stream, so I actually watched a good video this morning about that and did all the settings they told me to do and everything like that. There's a lot of settings to make everything work, but basically your OBS, in OBS, you do everything, and you even stream through OBS. So you're seeing it on YouTube, but it's coming through this, and I'm controlling things through OBS. So I hope that helped you figure that out. Here's what I'm using. I'm using an iPhone right there, which is actually the best picture. I'm using an iPhone, and I have 2 webcams set up. One directly in front of me. They're Logitech C920s, I want to say. And then one overhead to shoot straight down. And I can select which one over here that I'm, using. And for my mic, I'm using an Apogee Mic Plus. So there's settings all over the place. It's like a huge headache for everything. But I actually have 3 cameras right now that I'm using, Alfonso. Okay, so my point behind this whole thing, beyond, let's see, I'm almost to where I want to be. There we go. Beyond, and then I just need to move a little bit. So beyond the lesson per se is to test all this stuff out. But I want you to realize the importance when you're learning songs, right? You learn the song, you learn that melody. After you know that melody, now it's time to add to it. Make it sound nicer. This is just one method of doing it. Do I do this all the time? No. I do it quite a bit, but I don't necessarily. I don't necessarily have my dulcimer or whatever instrument I'm playing sitting here with me when I'm listening to these things. But I do listen to a lot of people play songs that I play on different instruments, and I do that just so I can hear different things, right? And go, oh, that little run there, that little whatever they just did, that little walk, that little lick. That sounded really cool. I want to try to see if I can do that on the dulcimer. So when you're doing something, like they're showing you examples here. This is called cross-picking of Wildwood Flower Mandolin Lesson. Right, so he's teaching you how to cross-pick the whole song. Right? And that's great. But would you want to cross pick the whole song? Would you want to cross pick it like the whole song? Not necessarily. What he's doing there is he's teaching you. This thing unpaused itself. No. So what he's doing is teaching you, that technique, right? And he's just using a song to do that. And I do that a lot too. And so that just helps you to learn the technique. You already know the melody of the song, right? You should, okay? So practice the technique by playing it through the song. Now, when you go to enhance that song and play it more, you're not going to cross pick the entire thing, because that just gets kind of stale. If you do, it just gets kind of stale if you do the entire thing that way. So that's why I say, that you kind of just do it a little bit, and then go in and out of straight melody and in and out of adding stuff. Okay, like you've got your that was very melody heavy, right? And then if I wanted to add more, I might do something like that, but you can hear extra notes in there. So I'm like leaning away from the melody, right? So you want to have this balance of melody and extra stuff, right? So you never want to lose. I don't like when players lose the melody, when it's so note heavy that I don't hear the melody. So one thing people will do, and you hear players do this all the time, the first time through they will play pretty much a straight melody, right? Now, I'm not talking about these lessons where people are teaching it. They're usually teaching you a specific thing, so they might not play it this way. But like, let's say we're at a jam session or whatever, and I don't mean a dulcimer jam session. I mean like a bluegrass or something where there's multiple kinds of instruments, not just dulcimers, because that's what I encounter more. I don't really encounter a bunch of dulcimers in a room together a lot, okay? So things are a little bit different. It's more of a bluegrass style where everybody's playing backup and somebody is lead all the way around the room. Okay, so usually the first couple times it goes around, the people are going to be pretty melody heavy with it. You're going to establish that melody. Everybody hears it, right? Then as you get a couple players deep in there, they're going to start embellishing the heck out of that melody and walking all over the place with it. And sometimes they're going to leave the melody too and play within the chord, okay? So all that stuff is great. And it just kind of depends on your, like the setting, what you're doing, right? As to what you're going to want to do there. But, as players, we always want to improve and do more because it's fun. Right? It's fun to sound different and to not sound like everybody else, like develop your own style. And your own style will definitely come out the more you do this. Especially if you listen to other instruments, right? And not just the dulcimer, right? Okay, so let me hear this real quick. Let's see what we've got going on here.
Be their hero.
This is just a performance, not a lesson. Establishing that melody. He's adding a little bit, but it's pretty much straight melody. Okay, I hear a mandolin. Straight melody, right? You can pretty much really tell that's straight melody. So I expect the next time it comes around, he's gonna deviate from that same thing on the mandolin. I mean, add a lot more. Go away from the melody a little bit. Oh, I love this part. That part was really cool. Okay, so right there, I hope you get my point about. Right, he started with the melody. Lori, I see you said nope. What does that mean? So he started with that basic melody, right? And you could hear it on both instruments, the guitar and the mandolin, right? But the next time through, that's, that first time through, he's just establishing that for you, right? Hey, everybody, this is the song I'm playing. You should really solidly hear that melody there, right? And that's what we did hear that. And so after that, the next time through, he did a lot more, right? He did all kinds of stuff. And he kind of walked in and out of that melody at times. He mostly still played the main melody. Good person. Hi. He basically played the main melody, but he walked in and out of it, right? You could hear those melody notes, but there was so much else going on. That was really cool. Let's hear what he does the next time through. Okay? So let's go to the next time through and see what he does. Let me back that up just a tad. Oh, no. Okay. All right. Here we go. The third time through, he went back to a more melody heavy. Okay, he was doing a little bit more, but it was not as much as that second time through, right? Now they're just kind of shadowing, and both of them playing the melody at the same time. Mandolin's hitting that high melody. Mandolin there. That was really nice. That's a great example of what you can do with a song, right? And I don't mean both instruments. I just mean, And let me say too, I apologize if something crazy comes up. I hope nothing crazy comes up.
It's moments like this that keep us moving through life. To enjoy the moments that matter. Take a step in the right...
Okay, let's hear what... This is Tristan Scroggins. He's well known. Those strums there. Interesting. So you just see a lot of different now what I'm going to do is, and again, we don't care what key they're playing it in. You got to listen to the classic, right? Standing there to her right, left on screen. Love it. Okay, so I think you get the point here. I hope you do. We want to, ooh, Tony Rice. This is going to be notey, probably. Oh, but this is a teaching thing. It might not be.
Let's go back to Wildwood Flower. Let's
see.
Time and just see how you might play something like that.
Basic melody. Nice. Adding those chords in.
That's horrible.
It's always played. It's almost always played in C, out of the C shape on the guitar. Let's hear what Mike Heading's got, and then we'll listen
There's
to
a
Sierra
hidden
Hole real
muscle
quick because
that
it'll
can
be
make
neat.
changing chords on guitar as easy as pushing a button, and it's
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, we always establish that basic melody, and then he's probably gonna go bluegrass. Here we go. Here we go. Nice. Okay, I see what you're saying, Lori. Yeah, you got to change it up. This is how you do that. Let's hear Sierra. She's going to do a great job, I know. Beautiful.
Hey guys, Sierra Hole here, and thanks to the folks at Guitar World and PRS, I'm getting to test drive this beautiful guitar today. This is an SE Parliament.
If you don't know who Sierra Hole is, she's a excellent mandolin player. Has all the awards and accolades to prove it. Been playing it her whole life.
Take with you somewhere on
But
the
she can pick the heck out of a
weekends,
guitar,
throw it in
too.
Back and go play a little bit so you can hear what it sounds like.
So here we go. Ooh, I love that little walk. She did a key change. Woo! Beautiful. Another key change. Okay, yeah, she's just showing off now. But, okay, I think you get the point. So she did a key change there. That was really cool. Let's see. Yeah, she did a key change, 2 key changes. And then she went crazy around the melody, right? So there's all levels to this stuff, right, that you can do. And I hope that you just understand that, you know, I get a lot of people, not a lot, I get some people saying, you know, I'm stagnant. I don't know how to move on. I play my songs. And I think the problem there is just that you've learned it, right? And you're kind of locked into that. You don't practice going outside of that. So if you don't practice that, right, everything we do with practice, right? Okay, so how do you learn that song in the first place? You practice it a bunch. That's how you learn it. So if you don't practice going around or outside of that melody by adding things, right? If you don't practice that, you're not going to be able to do it, right? It's like everything else. It takes some practice, right? So, if I can get these cameras right again. Again, sorry for all the cords everywhere and all this stuff. But, so if you don't practice these things, you won't be able to do them. You'll be locked in. Right? That was just some sort of a little walk down. Right? That was a nice little walk down. Our target note, okay? So you have your melody notes as your target notes. Dun, 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 dun. So we want to get back to here, but we sort of can go elsewhere in between, if that makes sense. I just want to end at the right time. Da 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 da. I'm trying not to use that. Right, and then we start here. I used the half note, sorry. So there's so much you can do, okay? And the way to do this, right? You don't want to do everything all at once, right? I've showed you a bunch of different things you can do. But you don't want to do everything all at once. You kind of want to just go, okay, this time I'm going to play that first part. Right, I'm going to play that first part and I'm going to add hammer-ons. Okay? So you go hammer-ons. Hammer-on. I'm only trying to add a hammer-ons. And, you know, that might be something that you want to add, like, right? Hammer-ons? Okay? And if you already do a bunch of these things, hammer-ons and pull-offs sort of just go together, right? Right? And then slides, all that stuff, right? You just start going, this little section right here, you go, you know, I'm going from here to there. There's a lot of frets in between here. You know, are my melody notes in there? They're in there, right? This is my low and my high on that section, right? We go 4, 7, 9, right? 8, 7, right? But there's a lot of stuff in between there. So we go. Okay, did that sound good? I don't know. That sounded better. So, that's just a walk up, right? And I like, whoa, I got a power surge. Hope that didn't mess everything up. When I'm coming back down there, I like to come down and hit that 6.5. So another concept, let me give you that and then we'll get out of here. I've probably been on Or does it say how long I've been on? I don't know. I've probably been on an hour. So, let me just do one more thing. And then we'll get out of here. Except I already, let's see. You know, they were doing the strums. And also, you know, notes leading up to and coming back. The only way to do this is to just practice it and work with it, right? Another thing to work on is hitting the same note twice, right? You can do that. So just listen to this, and this could be one of the first things you implement that's pretty easy. You're not changing your melody notes. All you're doing is hitting it twice. So, right? That sounds really neat already. Just playing certain spots. Right? And just playing those certain spots double time, you know, like double up those notes. And little walk downs, walking into thing. Or if you don't have the 1.5. So, okay, I think I'm going to end this here on that note. I hope you'll work with your songs, you know, embellish them, make them more, turn them into little arrangements, right? Have a little intro that you get, have an outro, play it in multiple places, do different things with it, right? And even play it on different strings. Play it on the middle string. And just work within it. Really, that's all you're going to do. And I hope I gave you a good example of examples of how to use YouTube and different other musicians. Listen to how they're doing things, and you can just listen to a section over and over again and go, I want to do something similar to that on my dulcimer. Well, one thing you might run into is if you don't have a chromatic fretboard, you might run into they're doing chromatic runs and things chromatically, and you can't really do that, and that's fine. But you can sort of imitate that, you're not doing it chromatically, but you can double up on those notes, right? Double up on those in between notes, and it can sound like that, sort of. Okay, so there's all kind of fun stuff you can do to these songs, and I just want to encourage you to, if you're feeling stagnant in your songs, try some of this. Pick one song that you kind of want to work with, right? Keep playing your other songs, of course, but pick one song you want to really work with and start doing this stuff to it, right? You might listen to other people play it on dulcimer. You might listen to me play it on dulcimer. That's fine. But also I want to encourage you to listen to other people playing other instruments with it, to hear things that they do. And things will bend your ear. You'll go, whoa, I really like the sound of that. What are they doing there? Well, you can watch their fingers, right? And whatever they're doing with their hands, you can watch that. And you can see if somebody's doing a chromatic run. They're running up every fret, and they're crossing over strings, but they might run up 3 or 4 frets all at the same, on the same string. That would be a chromatic run, either up or down, right? And you can sort of see that going on. Then this kind of stuttery stuff, like... Let me just show you that real quick. So like, I don't know what you call those. Anyway, all right. I'm going to leave it at that, and I want you to just have fun with your instrument, whatever that instrument might be. And once you learn that melody, start moving on up with it, right? Move on up with it and mess around with it. All right, I just wanted to test everything out. I see everything seems to be working well. I'll go back and watch some of this. Okay, it says 1 hour and 7 minutes, so I went over an hour there. But yeah, there will be more of these things, right? Where we learn something and work on things, okay? Yeah, over and out. Before I go, I always want to remind you that Jesus loves you, and I hope you know that. All right, let me see how I can stop this. It says stop streaming, so I think